le fans of exquisite amps. Today we have something special, which is a combo, which I don't really like doing because setup-wise it is a ridiculous hassle getting the controls from the top filmed and all that stuff and it hooked up and mic'd. Because a combo, we want to know what the speaker sounds like internally, which now that I'm saying that, I realize I don't even know what it is. I'm not really prepared for this, which is kind of good because then we're experiencing it together. Any one of you saying, dude, you should, prepare and learn what it is. It's a different kind of a thing. Either we did experience it together like you would experience it in a store, or I present it to you like a corporate demo, and this has this speaker. It's a different format. We're doing my format. I'm, of course, trying to match as much as possible to the color, which is almost impossible because this color is not seafoam green. It's turquoise. I don't even know what they're calling it. You get this in a lot of different combinations. In cream with brown knobs or white panel. You get it in a, I'm sorry to say, poopy kind of a color, but that's cool in like a classic brown, which is nice, but it's Mr. Hanky-ish. This is, of course, to die for, and then there's another color that I don't know. So, it is the Sky King by Tone King, and it's a 2-channel amp. It has, in a classic way, reverb and tremolo. It has a foot switch, which has channel and tremolo. Sadly, I gotta say no reverb, so the reverb you'll have to manually turn on and off. The special thing about all the Tone King amps is that they have built-in attenuators. So these pricey amps are amazing for the bedroom. Not for what you're thinking. No, for the bedroom player or the living room player, because you can actually turn them down. Now, the great thing on the Sky King, which this is that both channels independently have volume knobbies for the attenuation. Because with all its watts, and I can't even tell you, again, I'm not prepared, how many watts it has. Look it up on the website. I might even put it in a title or something. You can really crank pre-power amp all this and then set up the volume in the back, which I actually, in the track that you heard at the beginning, did. I had the clean channel pump out more volume than the drive channel. So, Leslie, if you show the back of the amp, from the back of the amp camera, we can see independent attenuators, and they are frequency compensated attenuators, meaning when it goes lower in level, it retains more bass than at higher levels because it takes the Fletcher-Munson curves into account. We have foot switch input right here. Trying to do this looking at the camera. Then we have impedance here. I'm going out to the aux right here and to the internal speaker. Then we have something that I don't know what it does. Pentode or ultralinear. We're going to see if that actually makes a difference. And then power and standby. First thing that I noticed is the RCA connectors right there going to the reverb tank. They're gold plated. Tiny little detail to just show, hey, we go the extra mile. The speaker inside is a 16 ohm Celestion for Tone King. So we don't know. It's a proprietary speaker that Celestion designed for Tone King. Beautiful leather handle here. The whole feel of the amp is just nice from the first unboxing to the first tones, or le tones as the French say. If we look at the panel up here, we have the lead channel, very simple, with le volume, le tone, and le mid-byte. Whereas mid-byte, over here-ish, I have been told by Dennis that it's more blackface-ish and here more Marshall-ish, which actually means here it's more clean, and the more mids you put in or the more mid-byte you roll up, the more gain you also get. So this is also, gain is also dependent on where the mid-byte is. And then you have a tone. Again, no actual gain because you can crank up the whole amp, including the power amp, and then attenuate it in the back, or le back for my French viewers. On rhythm, we have volume, treble, and bass, no mids, and that's it. Also 3 knobs. reverb, and then the tremolo, which we'll get into because it's sweet. To the setup, what you're hearing is an MTP 440 from Lewitt, which is SM57-ish, a large diaphragm condenser, which is an LCT 640 from Lewitt, mixed together. And in front of me, we have two Lewitt LCT 340 for room sound, which we can't see in any, in the pedal side camera, right there. So these mics up there are actually giving us room sound, which I might switch to so you kind of can experience it in the room. I'm also pumping it into the Torpedo aux with a completely different combination, which is a 412 creamback loaded. So I can switch to that as well. And I will show you in titles when that happens. So you should have all the information. I am playing today all my greenish guitars, which are not really matching, but that's seafoam green, and I've got 3 of them, and we're playing them. And that's actually a good selection because this is a Tele from Magmal. I have a Strat from Schecter, the Nick Johnston signature, and I have a 335 from D'Angelico back there. So we get all the different sounds, or you get all the different sounds. And on the ground, I know it's a lot of information, but you need it, I think, to evaluate what you're going to hear. On the ground, I have a Le Tumnus from Wampler. I have a Wampler Tumnus to find out how we can push this. Are we going to pump a metal zone into this? No, we're not, because we're not idiots. Would be fun, but let's not waste the time. So, we're going to start with rhythm channel, reverb down, everything centered with this Magmal T Classic. We have some buzziness hum because there's loads of stuff on here and it's a single coil guitar, vintage style. Let's go. I already have the attenuator in because probably otherwise I would die, and my mics are set up for that level, a level that I can deal with. So let's start right away with the attenuator. I'm gonna crank it up and it's gonna distort for you because the mics are, set up. That's without any attenuation. It sounds to me as if the high end is going away a little bit, but that's not actually what's happening. It's just quieter. We guitar players just like the loud. So, how quiet can I actually get this? That's full on bedroom level that your lady friend at home would not have a problem with. Or actually, if you're the lady friend playing, your boyfriend's not gonna go like, dude, I'm trying to play PlayStation, turn down that stupid Tone King. And you can go like, yeah, I can do that. That's extremely quiet. That's not a chord. That's also not a chord. So yeah, that's extremely quiet. The louder it is, the more fun we have, because that's how we are wired. You're now hearing the aux. That's about as perfect as a clean channel will get. I'm sorry to say, that's just a fact. I can't play guitar! Now, with a little bit of reverb, this is gonna go. Back to mics. So less gain, I just cranked up the channel in the back to get more volume. Only the room mics. Big-ass reverb tank. Oh, wait a second. I don't have to do that. I hit tremolo. You're now hearing the aux. Back to mics. Up to seriously cutting the signal in half. Only the room mics. Back to mics. I'm randomly putting my fingers places and it's fun. That's pretty much as much fun as a amp could possibly be. Moving on to the lead channel, which I can't switch here because I have the foot switch connected. Let's start there. Compare the two. Way more le mids right there. So let's take them away with the mid bite down. Still a cleaner channel, the rhythm channel, but you can set them up kinda close. Rolling up the tone is more brightness, of course. A lot of brightness. So if you wanted to, you have two clean channels. But who wants that? see myself playing that with that shirt, with that amp, in some kind of like Americana band, which would never hire me because I am Le German. But come on, just like being on stage, strumming those open chords, and wow. More again. Only the roommates. With a different sound later, so let's get mid-bite back in the middle. And that should be a lot of gain now. So if you need some more, let's see how it works with the Thomann. It works well, I can already tell you. Let's try that with the rhythm channel. God, that is good. Moving on. Oh God, we need to do the thing in the back thing. Let's do that with the other guitar, come on. That's a Strat, but a modern one. Dial back the reverb a bit. I want that amp! Let's try that thing in the back, which is called Ultra Linear. Don't know what that does, something about Le Dubs. It is ultra linear, it becomes more clinical, a little bit thinner, a little bit less fun. Different kind of breakup. Hey, gives you options. I'm gonna stay on the pentode. I want to show you something. So right now I got the lead channel set up to really loud, which means when you switch with your foot switch, which doesn't switch reverb, to the lead channel, in a live situation, it's actually going to be louder, not because of any trickery with effects loop or whatever, which, by the way, this amp does not have, but because it's attenuating less or not at all. So we got clean. And that's how you can set that up, which is why it's amazing that it has two attenuators. To love. One more guitar. Cleans and overdrives, imperfection, also pretty. Here we have Hamburglers, and we're gonna see. Only the room mics. Oh, we never tried the EQ. Crank it up a bit more. That's a nice EQ. like more? This roundness or the spitty bitiness of the other two guitars? That's brilliant. Now I have to put a Les Paul on it. It also has tubes and they are some kind. They have some kind of tubes which sound good. That's what that has. I know, I'm breaking the color code. Which apparently is a Stevie Sellers album. I know stuff. Whoa. I wasn't prepared for this, but you would have asked. Because that's how you roll. Peterson strobe clip-on tuner. Not cheap, but look good. Was the Beatles. Let's wrap this up. Don't think I could show you anymore. I want to play a lot more because it's so much fun. So, no, this thing is not inexpensive. I think it clocks in between 33 and 3,400 euro, possibly a little bit cheaper in the US because sales tax is cheaper. If anything, in terms of its price, but also in terms of its oh my godness, deserves the title boutique amp. It's something like this because it is And B, it comes from boutique amp distribution, so they're not making, you know, a secret out of what they're selling. The price tag is there, but I dare you to find better cleans and overdrives in an attenuatable box. Now, what do I not like? No switchable reverb. You could clearly see that I'm struggling. I'm going to the lead channel, I'm taking the reverb down. I'm going back to the rhythm channel, I'm getting the reverb up. There should at least be an input in the back to switch that, and there isn't. Or even a switch on the front panel, on and off, but there isn't. Reverb is either dialed up or not. So being able to take it down out completely out of the routing would be nice. It doesn't have an effects loop, which means any drive you create, you won't be able to cleanly send in the delays and reverbs unless you put them in front of it, but then it's not the same thing. So why that's omitted? Is that a word? I guess. I don't know. Would be nice if it had that, but then it has built-in reverb, so why do you need a reverb? For delay, I would like the ability to plug that in. Does it have an effects loop? I don't think it has. No. Now, of course, you could be smart and take the RCAs and simply have RCA to quarter inch and pretty much just use it. It must have an effects loop because it has the built-in reverb. So technically you should be able to wire something up, but it should just have an effects loop. Or switchable reverb on the foot switch. The attenuator works great. It is the perfect super high-end amp for the bedroom player. It's about 30 kilo. So yeah, it might not be an amp you want to, you know, carry on around all the time unless you're used to that. Weighs quite a bit. Sounds are there in perfection. And that's really what matters. It just convinces you with its sounditude. We can all talk about price all day long. I have guitars worth 4,000 or 5,000 euro. I have a Magmal worth 7. The Tele that you saw is 4,200. If you have a guitar like this, it deserves to be pumped through an amp like this. I wish it could stay here. I really want a head version of that to be on my rack because holy crapola. Thanks to Tone King for sending that over and letting me check it out. I would tell you that this is a paid for video, but I don't know. We might have something planned or not. And depending on what we have planned or not, this might be or might not be paid. I don't know. So I wish I could tell you the truth, but I don't know the truth. And you can't handle the truth! You see, thanks to Leslie for switching. Something about animals at the end. Links below. Please support me on Patreon because that's awesome. And I'm gonna see you on the Flippity Flop with another video. Bye-bye!
All my life, how you drowned me in love's warm embrace. Think of it all my life, how even beauty could learn from your grace. There's a bond unspoken, you cannot see or break. Always with me, eternal. You only give, never take.